Lately, we've been enjoying a break from the extreme heat here in San Diego, but the truth is it won't be long before we're back in the 90s and cranking up those air conditioners. Are you worried about what that could cost you this summer? The Home Pro Show is here with some advice. Clint August is the host of the show. Happy Monday, Clint.
Yes, happy Monday to you, Heather, although I don't know how happy it is at this point because yesterday was the first day that my wife and I had, I'm not even going to call it a debate about the air conditioning. It was straight up an argument.
Already?
Are you at that point? Yes.
Wow.
Are you at that point with your husband?
Okay, well, yesterday wasn't as hot as it can get, July and August here in San Diego, but there's definitely a few times where I'll switch it on and then I'm like, how did the AC get turned off already? And he's gone to turn it off. So yeah, this happens in every household, I'm sure.
Right, and it's always about the bill and comfort levels, and you want to be comfortable in your house, and that's why we have Brian Milholland from Milholland Solar and Electric in the studio this morning, along with co-creator of the show, Sean Johnson. Greg Cantor will return next week. Of course, he's in Paris again. But, Brian's such a humble guy, Sean. You shared some news with us this morning, something pretty cool about him.
Yeah, something Brian I'm sure won't say about himself. We'll brag on him because he won't brag on himself. But you just recently won the Small Business Administration Business Person of the Year for the entire state of California. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
And then got to visit the White House. I think that's just a big honor. And we just love that about our pros. That's the level of pros that we have.
Yeah, and thanks for letting us sit next to you at this point.
So we are getting coming close to those months for the highest bills, for the power bills for consumers in San Diego. What are those? What are the months that are the highest for the average consumer?
So the highest usage for electricity in San Diego is typically July through October. People see those bills August through November.
And that's driven by air conditioning also. Pool pumps you mentioned could be another contributor.
Yeah, air conditioning is the biggest. That's the biggest user of home electricity. Pool pumps, most people try to turn the pool pumps down in the winter to conserve electricity, and then they turn them back up in the summer. We have a solution for that. We can change out the pool pump to a variable speed, help save on electricity. And we look at that. Our consultants look at that when we go out to the home to evaluate their energy usage.
And you take that comprehensive look at all their energy usage. Now, so you have the high energy bill months coming up, but there's some other changes that are happening that make going solar now the smarter idea rather than waiting. What are some of those other changes coming up?
Well, we're halfway through 2015, so to take the tax credit for 2015, you need to have the solar installed in 2015. It expires in 2016, so you have basically 2 years to take that tax credit. And if you don't get it in 2015, then you only have 1 year. So the rush is on for that. There's also the net energy metering agreement is coming to a cap, and it's going to change once that does. We don't know what the change is going to be, so you want to make sure you get your net energy metering agreement in place before that changes. The utility obviously wants to have it change in their favor. We want to try to keep it in the consumer's favor.
And for people that might not know, the net energy metering is where if you overproduce, you give that power to the power company and they give it back to you 1-to-1, correct?
Correct. That's what makes solar affordable, because you're able to send all of your overproduction during the day to the grid and then draw it back as you need it.
Okay, wonderful. There are also potentially some changes to the power companies' rates that may be coming up that definitely not going to be in the consumer's advantage probably, correct?
Right. So this has already been an agreement from the Public Utilities Commission to allow the utility companies to start raising the lower tiers, which everybody purchases electricity in the lower tiers, so that gives them an across-the-board rate increase.
Okay. All right. Again, Brian Milholland from Milholland Solar and Electric. Now, the thing you want to keep in mind too, we're going to get to the social media question, is that they will walk you through every step from the phone call. They'll get you to have a year of your bills. They'll go over that, find out what size you need for solar on your roof, how many panels. They really take you through every step of that. So keep that in mind. We do have a solar question for you. Do I need to have a roof with southern exposure to make solar effective for me?
No, we're able to put solar on roofs that face east, south, and west and produce electricity at a very good rate.
Okay, so that's Milholland Solar and Electric. You can always reach them through the ApprovedHomePros.com. That's ApprovedHomePros.com or 855-840-8PRO, or directly at 619-320-7373. So Heather, no more arguments, right?
Well, not over that at least.
Right. There's so many other things to argue about. Let's not argue about energy. Come on.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. We do appreciate it. ApprovedHomePros.com is the website to go to for more information.